this is a family show on a family network. And after the events of last week, we're all kind of clutching our families
Right.
a little bit more closely.
Sure.
As a producer, are you ever interested in taking a real life, sometimes tragic story like the Boston bombings
Yeah.
and producing that into a show or a movie?
Yeah, it's funny with things like that, like when you think about 911 and the movies they made on that and how it affects it. They're delicate subjects because there's so much emotion that surrounds them. It has to be done in the right way, just like anything else at the end of the day. I don't know, it's such a tragic thing. And so unthinkable that you would think it would make for a great movie, but at the end of the day, it has to be handled in a certain way to be great.
At what point do you think it's not considered to be too soon?
Too soon? Well, it's funny, when I did the movie Selena, we did it 2 years after she had passed. A year after she passed away, I was being cast in it. And 2 years after that, it was out, maybe even less. And that was such a tragedy, and for her family and also the community, the music community. I don't know. It's something you have to kind of feel out, just something you have to wait and see.
As a producer, what
Yes.
drew you to this project?
I mean, when I read the script, I just really felt like, although it was a non-traditional family and it had kind of those newer themes to it, it had some really basic themes as well about family and love and what's really important in life, and that life can be complicated and messy sometimes and not simple. And it was really, really a true depiction of family in this day and age.
People who consider a more traditional family to be something else
Yeah.
might think otherwise. Do you anticipate this show being
Sure.
at all controversial?
I think it might be, but I think that's okay. I really do think it's okay. I had an aunt who was gay, you know what I mean? And I lived with her and I loved her, and she just passed away from cancer. And I thought of her often once when I was thinking about taking on this project and the prejudices that she faced. And she was so much a part of my life. I mean, she was my mom's sister, she was always there for us. She was a great person. She didn't have her own family, and I often wonder if she wanted it. We never talked about it, She just had her life the way it was, and I don't know, I just thought about it and I thought, you know what, it was kind of like a little bit of an homage to her.
You think your aunt would be proud of you today?
I think she'd be really proud.
Do you think there would be any point in the show where they go, Jennifer, that's not how it is?
Yeah, she'd do that too. Yeah.
Would you consider being on the show?
Yeah, I would consider being on the show. I don't know that they need me. It's a good show. And sometimes I feel like when you have an EP, who's a celebrity, you think, oh, throw him on the show and, people will watch. But that's not necessarily true. I think the show's going to need to stand on its own, and I think it's good enough. The writing's, top notch. This cast is amazing. And it's again, like ABC Family, a new kind of family. It's smart, it's edgy, it's heartfelt. There's a lot. It has a lot going for it. But there's ways that I do want to be involved. And really kind of, whether it's through music or making a cameo that really makes sense. But I wouldn't do it just for stunt. I would do it because it was something it was a part that I'd really want to play and be there.
So you have your own kids, obviously.
I do.
Would you consider fostering a child?
Maybe. Yeah, it's so funny. Again, it's like when you do this, and even in my last movie, I adopted a little African baby, and and I thought about all of those things when I do these things, and you just never know where life's gonna take you, and that's again a theme of this show. This family that you create is sometimes more important than the family you're born into.
Kids and families will watch this and just feel good about what they have around them.
Well, I feel like it should say a couple of things. I think it should say that there is no normal anymore. I think it should say that, it's okay when everything's not what people think the fairy tale should be. And that if you are in this situation, that there's nothing wrong with you.